But there's no need to worry, guys, because I have a job now. And it's great. You see, I can pay my rent each month. Amazing. I get tips based on my performance. And I get to wear this very intriguing costume that makes everybody look when I walk in a room. So what do I do for a living? I am Mickey Mouse. Yes. But guys, let me tell you about being Mickey Mouse. First of all, it's not all it's cracked up to be. And I don't work in Disney. I don't drive to Anaheim. I do independent parties for kids. So let me tell you, the first day on the job as Mickey Mouse, I got my costume, and you have to change in your car so the kids don't know like who's inside Mickey. So I was going to my first birthday party in Burbank, and I was meeting my coworker. Now, you guys think office parties are bad? Try meeting your coworker for the first time dressed as Mickey Mouse. So I'm looking for a girl dressed as Minnie because we're working as a team tonight. And so at this point, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm like, oh, I got a job. And I'm not like Donald or Daisy or Pluto. I'm the leading man. I'm Mickey Mouse. I'm like, all right. So I get out my car with my big giant head, and I go to meet Minnie, and I'm like, hey, I'm Sarah. And all she says is, let's do this shit. I was like, oh, so this is how we feel about our job. Okay. So I get my giant Mickey head, and for the first time I put it on. And guys, all of a sudden I can't see. I mean, those eye holes are like eye slits. I'm like, Minnie, I can't see out this thing. And she's like, yeah, that's why we hold hands. So we can feel our way around together. I was like, oh, you see, I thought Mickey and Minnie held hands because they like each other. They hold hands because they don't know where they're going. Oh my gosh. So we walk into this Burbank restaurant where this birthday party is, and all these kids come running, and I'm like, hey! And Minnie nudges me really hard, and she's like, don't forget your Mickey voice. I'm like, my Mickey voice? First of all, no one ever told me I'd have a Mickey voice. And in this like frantic frenzy to think of a voice, I'm like, do I do a mouse voice, a man voice? I'm supposed to be a man, I'm a woman. And all these kids are starting to gather around me, and this is what comes out. I'm like, hey guys, I'm Mickey. And I immediately sound like a child pedophile. Like, this is their worst, they're gonna know it's a woman inside. And so, thankfully, at this point, the photographer walks over, and he's like, all right, Mickey, we're gonna have you take pictures with all the kids. Pose. And so all the kids start coming, and I'm like thinking, I wonder how Mickey would pose. So I'm looking at my eye slits, and Minnie like does her hand up. And I don't know if you guys see this in pictures, but like Mickey and Minnie always have their hand up. I don't even know what that is. It's not like a wave or a high five. But he keeps saying, pose differently, give me another pose. And I have like one kid down here in this hand. So I'm just like going with the hand, pose, pose, pose. And guys, I am so exhausted at this point. I mean, I can barely see. I can barely breathe. I'm hot, and I'm having to exert all this energy smiling. I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. And you know what? The one requirement to be Mickey Mouse, the one thing she asked me is, are you claustrophobic? I said, I'm not claustrophobic. Well, now I'm in this head, and I'm like, I think I'm claustrophobic. I think I'm claustrophobic. And so all these kids are coming, and my smile, I'm like, I don't know if I can smile much longer. And then it hits me. I'm like, you fool, Sarah. You don't even have to smile, because they can't even see your face. I'm like, oh, could this get any better? And that's when I realized, in this moment, I was like, being the leading man is not an honor. It's a rite of passage. That's my time.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.